Hi guys, so today we're going to have a look at the Body Shop Matte Clay Skin Clarifying Foundation. Now this comes in 10 shades, is £10, and you get 30ml for your money. So it obviously contains clay, as the name says, and also has purifying tea tree. Now what it says on the back is that it is 100% vegan. It does have its Leaping Bunny logo. It's formulated without petrolactam and mineral oil, which is good if you've got any sensitivities to those. It's enriched with community trade tea tree, suitable for sensitive skin. It boasts a matte high coverage, 24-hour long wear, 24-hour shine control, 24-hour breathable wear, promotes clearer looking skin and non-pore clogging, sorry. So if you've been around my channel for more than 5 minutes, you know that the whole matte, long wear, shine control, non-pore blogging I can't speak this morning, is right up my alley. So I'm definitely interested to see what we can get with this. So let's go. Right, so I'm going to prime the left side of my face with the Illamasqua Matte Veil, which I believe is a water-based primer. And then the right hand side of my face, I'm going to do my usual Soap and Glory, which is a silicone-based primer. Now, I don't normally do 2 different primers for a foundation test, but there is a reason for this. This is actually the 3rd time I've tried to film this video. So I tried to film it once on Saturday morning and my brush was still wet and it just didn't go on well. And then I got my brush dry and tried again, and I was using the silicone primer and I really didn't like how it went on. So I gave the pets treats. So I've decided that what I should do is try the 2 different types of primer, see which one it works best with. In theory it is a silicone based foundation, but then it's also got clay in it, so maybe it's going to act different from a normal silicone based foundation. So we will see, So, and I'm definitely taking it down my neck today because I've got this monster. Right, so fresh clean foundation brush with a hair on it because I have long hair, so there's hair everywhere on my flat. So I've got the shade 010 Peruvian Lily, and I'm just going to squeeze some out onto the back of my hand. And then let us zoom in. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my brush and work down the silicone side of my face. That sounds like I've had lots of surgery. So this looks a little bit pale, but honestly once my makeup's finished and it's been sitting for a while, it looks absolutely fine. Things I've learned from take 1. Or take 2 even. So the reason that take 2 didn't work out was, 1, I only had 1 type of primer on, so I decided I needed to do another section anyway, but also I had a huge panic attack on Saturday night, and that's when I was testing this, so there was mascara streaked down my face and everything, so it wasn't a great test day either. So I'm seeing the exact same problems I had putting this on Saturday. Slowest zoom in the world. So as you can see, it's kind of grabbing into my pores. It's quite chalky looking. It's just very grabby. So I'm not in love with that. It's grabby, but there's also places that it's really not grabbing to very well, which also happened on Saturday. Whew. Why am I putting myself through this foundation again? Okay, so not in love with that. Let's try the water-based side. Maybe the moisture in the water base will help us out slightly. I think I'm actually going to need more product as well. So my other half's way back out to sea for work, but he was here on Saturday when I was testing this the first time, and even he said it didn't look good and I've had way better days, but maybe the water-based primer is going to be the solution. So actually I'm going to say it's definitely not already. Check that out. Check that texture. Check that fantastic grabbing that we've got going on. So this was a huge problem on Saturday as well, that I could not get my nose to remain covered. And I still can't. There's just this patch that it's refusing to stick to. Oh. God forbid if I try and blend that out to look smooth though. I mean, is it just me? Like, I almost feel like I'm doing something badly wrong with this foundation because I can't wrap my head around the idea that something this bad was, you know, put out on the shelves for sales. I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm not. You know, I've tried multiple different primers and I'm not getting anywhere. So from a distance it looks alright, but honestly up close, like, I've got another patch on my forehead that it's just decided it's not sticking to. Let's try and sort that out. See, it's just not, because now that area has got a layer, but the area beside it has two layers, and I can't really blend it out because the more you try and blend this, the more it just lifts up again, is my experience so far. And oh my god, this is just so much work. Okay, so trust me, that's about as good as I'm getting this, and I would actually prefer to walk out wearing no foundation than this. Can you see how that's grabbing and sitting on my skin? And just, I know obviously the silicone side looks marginally better than the water side, but it's not saying much. So right, next I'm going to put on my under eye corrector just to show you how nicely blended products look beside this, really. Still using the Urban Decay Naked Skin in pink, since Kiko got rid of my beloved budget one. See? That looks smooth and skin-like, and this does not. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and finish my concealer and the rest of my makeup and come back to do a timestamp for check-ins. Right, so it is 5:05 just now, so I've had this foundation on for a bit over 6 hours now. I should mention, since I was saying about trying different primers with this, it is actually a silicone based foundation, so in theory the silicone based primer should be what's best for it. But nevertheless, we'll try mixing it up just in case, because I don't understand. I think how this went on and the patches and the bits that it just wouldn't stick to are so bad that I feel like I've done something wrong rather than it's just not a great product, because I can't imagine somebody letting that out of development and onto the shelves. So I'll zoom you in and show you what we've got. So this is meant to have 24-hour coverage, wear, oil control, all that jazz. You can see I've got oil breaking through on my chin. I've got oil breaking through around my nose and kind of getting out onto the cheekbones, and also on my forehead. I've lost some coverage on my forehead, but you know, some of that I think's been me scratching. Lost a slight bit on the tip of my nose, but I had a runny nose, so that's my fault, not the foundations. There's still just this spot that would not grab foundation, and It's almost, you know, the oil on my skin has broke it down enough that I can almost like move it around now. So it definitely wouldn't be transfer proof and I'd be getting this all over people's clothes. It's still got that kind of cracked look around here. The pores don't look as bad as they did earlier. You know, the foundation isn't concentrated within them, but I think that's actually almost the oil in my skin that's achieved that. Although I've just lifted a ton of the coverage by trying to tap that. So the moment, the wear I guess is okay. It's not particularly worn off from this morning. It's definitely not 24-hour oil control for me, and it's not transfer resistant. Not that they claim that, but you know, if it's meant to be 24-hour long wear, you would expect transfer resistant to be within that. I'm not overwhelmed. I will try it with a different primer, maybe see if that makes a difference, but at the moment I am definitely not overwhelmed.